Uncle Sam put your name at the top of his list, and the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here. I brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
It's time for Veterans Issues, the show that brings you information about veterans, military, and their family. Now here's your host, Ken Robbins.
Welcome to Veterans Issues, and we are brought to you by the Red, White, and Blue. Today's guests are here from the National Veterans Day ceremony up in National Veterans Day in Birmingham, Alabama, and they've been here before last year, and Cathy Culberson and Mark Ryan are going to be here talking about that big day on November the 11th, 10th and 11th up in Birmingham, and another little thing in October. So stay where you are, get you a pen, be right back. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. Today we're talking to two people that are involved in the, they actually run the National Veterans Day in Birmingham, Alabama. It's the Veterans Day program for the entire United States, and it's a big deal. And we want to talk to you about what's going on over there and what they're doing and what you can do if you want to participate in it. So let's welcome to the show Mark Ryan and Cathy Culberson. Mark? Good to see you, buddy. We won't do that.
Well, thank you for
Somebody
having
get
us.
hurt, we did. It's good to have y'all back on the show again. And I'm not going to direct the questions to either one of you, but whichever one is pertinent to. The Veterans Day for the entire United States, Birmingham, Alabama. And I don't have any notes on that, but I'm going to ask you why Birmingham, Alabama, because it's been going on as long as I can remember, but I don't know why they chose Birmingham.
Birmingham was chosen because of Raymond Weeks. It's been going on since 1947. When Raymond Weeks returned from World War II, we were still celebrating Armistice Day, which was to celebrate those veterans in the end of World War I, which everyone thought was the war to end all wars.
Didn't work, did it?
No, not really. Anyway, Mr. Weeks felt like all veterans, deserved a day of recognition and honor. So through his efforts and his petitioning Congress and then General Eisenhower and Congressman Ed Reese from Kansas, they were able to introduce legislation and get Armistice Day changed to Veterans Day. And it's been celebrated in Birmingham since 1947. The legislation didn't actually go through until 1954, but we've been celebrating Veterans Day since 1947 here.
That's I did have a note here on Raymond Weeks because I was trying to figure what his association was, but we may touch on it a little bit more, but I wanted to find out about the day, why they chose for Birmingham, because when I built a memorial for the Vietnam Veteran official wall here in Anniston, people were asking me why Anniston and not Montgomery, Birmingham, or something like that. So I can imagine that you get a lot of questions why Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
And people up in, they have the parades in New York and other places, but Birmingham is the national.
It is.
Veterans Day.
It is.
And they've had presidents, gosh, I don't know, senators, whatever, but I mean, it's a huge deal. Especially the 10th, the night before. You want to address that, Cathy?
Well, that is the National Awards Dinner, and there have been recipients from all over, anywhere from Lindbergh and to
Jimmy Stewart,
Douglas Fairbanks. They weren't all they all served their country and everything in different ways. But there's been a lot of different recipients of that award. And this year it's actually going to Bob Dole, Senator Bob Dole.
Great guy.
For his work with all the veterans organizations and for his service to our country also.
And a leader to build the World War II memorial.
Absolutely.
Right, exactly.
Is he going to be there, or do you know?
Because of his health, probably not, but we were able to go up and we have taped the presentation for that, and hopefully we can be able to get him Skyped in that night.
That's great.
We have some plans.
I have the same thing with General Hal Moore. General
Right.
Moore is, he would love to be everywhere, but due to health problems, he can't be. But he's there with spirit. There's no doubt about that. Bob Dole to me, that is the epitome of having somebody a patriot.
Absolutely.
Y'all couldn't have picked a better. And is that like a Veteran of the Year? Is that?
It is. It's the National Veteran of the Year
Okay.
for 2014.
And then each veterans organization, like American Legion, VFW, DAV, all of them submit their Veteran of the Year, and they receive their award over there. I've been a recipient of that.
Right.
It's a very, very important thing. And a lot of times the governor will give the award. A lot of times they'll do it by video, but there's most times or a lot of times the governor actually presents awards. And it's a big deal. But for the people that's watching out there, that some of the people from Birmingham are watching this, and there's question I had is, how do you get a float or something in that parade? Is there, by this number that we got on the screen here, is that the way to get something in the parade if they had?
Well, that is one way, but you can go to our website, www.nationalveteransday.org, and we do have a parade entry form on the website there, so you can download that website, fill it out, and send it in either fax or through the mail, however you wish to do it, and you're in the parade.
Somebody wanted to come over and say they're the adjutant or the president of a veterans organization, they can download www.nationalveteransday.org and
Right.
put in a form.
Yeah, and there's more than just the parade form. You can get the all the information on the National Awards Dinner and the World Peace Luncheon. Those forms that you need to fill out to attend those as well are on there as well. So anything you need.
For the dinner on the 10th, let's say there's an Afghan, Iraq veteran out there and there's want to bring their spouse or something like that, where there's
Oh, absolutely.
they have speakers and whatever and a dinner and
Right. And that is $30 for a ticket each and so forth. And then this year, actually, we're going to have a dance afterwards. First time we've ever had kind of a military ball after the dinner.
have a what?
Military ball.
But I mean, you said you're going to have a
dance?
The dance.
dance. Is that the same as dance?
It is.
I was waiting to see if you were going to interpret that for you. Because it's Birmingham, you know. You either
right.
dance in New York, but you dance down.
Okay.
That's a great thing. That's
But yes, it's open to the public, so we would invite any veterans of any conflict, war, to be there for
that's
this.
the tie,
Right.
black tie,
It is.
right?
It
Yeah.
is. And the World Peace Luncheon comes on the 10th. on the 11th, and that's also open to anyone. But that's a little more casual,
Yeah.
and that's right before the parade. So we welcome everyone to attend.
That is, that would be, if someone here is wanting to find out what it's like for veterans, if I'm thinking about Iraq and Afghanistan veterans, that'd be an ideal thing for them to come to get back into the veteran, to see what it's about. Do you have a speaker for that night? A specific speaker at the dinner?
For the awards dinner?
Yeah, if it's a dinner that night.
Yeah, it is the National Vice Commander for the DAV this year.
Okay.
And his name is Moses.
McIntosh.
There is a
I
knows
can never
somebody.
remember the name, but she does.
Yeah. Well, we did a lot of talking before we got here, before we got on the show today, and the DAV was prominent in our talking. We have a lot of disabled veterans. I be one, and that's something that people see and they recognize, but they don't recognize that other disability that you can't see, that all wounds are not visible. So there's a lot of things that I see when I went to the award dinner on the 11th that it's very, very touching, and it's well worth the. That's like $20, right? Or is that $30?
The dinner is $30 per ticket. The World Peace Luncheon on the 11th is $25 per ticket, and there's no extra charges in there. That just covers the cost what it cost us to put those those two programs on. So.
Okay. Well, and that is the organizations, all the major organizations. They're the ones, they pay a fee to help do this. But let me hold that thought, because we got to go to a pause here, and we're going to go to this break. We're going to come back and we'll talk more about the National Veterans Day, something that's coming up on November, and we're going to talk about something in October when we come back. So stay right where you are. Get your pen. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. We're talking with Cathy Culberson and Mark Ryan from the National Veterans Day out of Birmingham. And when we went to break, I was talking about something that's going to happen in October, and I had the wrong dates down here, but we talked about it last year, and I forgot all the things about it. It's 10K Ruck Challenge and the 5K Family Fun, Run, and Walk. Is that right?
That is right.
But you left out wheelchair. That's where I fit. I got a motorized wheelchair. I could outrun them all in that thing. Probably get stuck. But tell me about that, because a lot of people involved here in the 5Ks and whatever. They might want to
Sure. It's going to be October the 11th, which is a Saturday. It'll start about 7 o'clock in the morning for registration, and hopefully the race will start about right at 8. And this is the second annual 10K Ruck Challenge Family Fun K 5 Run Walk. So it's a mouthful, isn't it? But anyway, that is the Ruck Challenges. They wear weighted backpacks, and for men it's 40 pounds, and for women it's 25 pounds.
The ruck is being in a rucksack.
Right.
To give them a feeling of what it's like, what the soldiers and the airmen and the Navy and all these people carry.
Right, exactly.
So how much weight you got there?
It's 40 for the men and 25 pounds for women.
You're kidding.
No?
40 is at 4-0.
4-0.
Are you going to do it, Mark?
I am.
You ain't going to do it.
I am.
He's working on it.
Oh, my goodness. That's going to be great. And where would they go, other than this phone number we're going to show in here? Is that the number they'd sign up for that? Or you go to the www.nationalveteransday.org? Is that?
It's same as the other. Either one, you can call us or you can go online.
Yeah.
But either way.
Where is it at? Is it in Mountain Brook, Homewood? Where's it go? Down?
It is at Veterans Park off of Valleydale Road on 65 South. And anyone that's been to the park before, they know that it's a nice trail until you hit the hill. That's pretty challenging. But,
I would think.
For the Ruck Challenge, it's 2 laps, so it's 6.2 miles. And like I said, I'm going to participate in it. Someone's got to come in last place, so that's me.
They got a rear guard, yeah.
That's right.
Every convoy, they got to have somebody bring out it. That's funny because that had nothing to do with this right here. But the caboose. When the last time you saw a caboose?
It was parked.
Yeah, and they used to have it. And I used to think I wanted to do that job when I got big.
That's right.
It was such an important job. It's so important they replaced it with a dang flashing light. What did he do all those years that made him so important? But anyhow, I got off track on that. But the 5K, and you got all of them at the same time on the same day, the run and the walk too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The walkers, they have a ruck?
No, they don't have to have a ruck.
Okay.
Just come out and walk and enjoy
it. Is there a fee
it.
for that? I saw it somewhere.
It's $25 individual, and then we encourage, particularly the Ruck Challenge, to have teams because the winning group will be based on an average of time for that.
Okay, so, and they got awards for it and all that stuff?
We will, and those will be actually presented at the World Peace Luncheon too. So any of the winners, first place will receive 2 tickets to the World Peace Luncheon.
On the 11th?
On the 11th.
You got good food and you have a good ceremony. What was that guy, General Point, the guy that handled the Katrina? The guy that was in charge, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and the name slips me.
Yeah, he was a spokesman there one year, and I really, really enjoyed that. Because they've always had good speakers, but it's a very. We were talking off camera about this group of Iraq and Afghanistan veterans. They're not members of an organization, a structured organization, so they don't get to participate. And I'm trying to find a way to. We can figure here today that we want them to participate. We want them to come see what's there for them in the future, and this is theirs. And if you're a veteran, they should be there in Birmingham. Now, I have a program here in Anniston. It better not anybody that was going to be here run over there and see yours and leave mine alone, But no, I'm just kidding. But that's an awesome thing. I rode in that parade, by the way. I had this down, that little white convertible. that was. Let's see. I had the BJCC, but it's at the Sheraton. Is that where
It's actually going to be at the Sheraton, in the Birmingham Ballroom will be the National Veterans Day Dinner and the World Peace Luncheon, both this year.
both of them going to be in the same
Right.
place?
Right.
Okay. So if you coming off the interstate there under the bridges and through that maze, you see the Sheraton. And you're not going to miss it. You might miss BJCC, but you won't miss that one. And the parade starts at what?
1:30.
1:30. Okay,
Right.
because the event starts at 11. Is that right? The awards.
Well, we moved it back to 10:30 this year to give
Okay.
a little extra time for those who are in the parade once we leave the luncheon.
Yeah.
In the past, it's always been kind of a rush.
Yeah, kind of my foot. I've seen it. I've seen people tripping over people.
That's
again.
right.
And especially last year, we had somewhere between 60 and 80,000 people downtown, and so trying to get from the luncheon to your respective, vehicles
Yeah.
to be in the parade became, kind of rushed. So we moved it
And
back.
if you're going
3
over
minutes.
there, you're in our area, Clanton, into this place with the Hueytown customer that watches. You get down there downtown, somebody will show you where to park. I mean, there's no, if you miss it up here, you get it all back around somewhere else.
Yeah, there are two very large parking lots
Yeah.
there north of the BJCC. Actually, it's kind of northeast of the BJCC. They've closed off the parking underneath the interstate because of damage to the interstate, and then there's pieces of it falling down on cars, so they closed that off. So you won't be able to park there, but there's plenty of parking down there. So.
And but to see the parade, there's so many good spots along the way because how long is that parade?
It's 22 blocks, about a mile and a half.
If you're walking, it's 22 miles. I've had some guys that walk it, and they were like, call 911 when they get to the end of it. It's a long parade, and there's lots of things to see. And I enjoy watching the pieces of it on television. You only get a few seconds blip, so you don't get all of it. You get the troops marching, the tanks, all the military stuff, and you just miss out on a whole lot of
Well, you can watch it in its entirety now because we live stream off of our website, and it's on
stuff. Off of
television.
this website we're talking about?
Yeah, and it's on television the next day, and it's archived in the website, so you can go back for the past 3 years anyway and watch the parade in its entirety.
We got 1 minute, and I want to make sure I get this on out there. A trick question for you. Why do you do this?
Because personally, I just feel like everything that I have in this country, every freedom I have it thanks to people like you who were willing to go out and put their life on the line for my freedoms and for the freedom of my family. And it's just, it's a debt that this small portion that we do, I try to pay back.
Hey, Cathy?
Same thing.
Same thing, ditto,
Absolutely.
ditto.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then we also, we have to remember what this day is set aside for. The Congress set aside for us to say thanks to our veterans and to honor them. So we may be out for work, we may be out of school, but we need to remember that this day was set aside especially for that.
Thank you for coming down and telling us about that.
You're quite welcome.
Mark,
Thanks for
I'm
having
going
us.
to do this with you. I appreciate those kind words. Appreciate it. Everybody, November the 10th, November the 11th, you got that. If you have any questions about it, my phone number is up here. You call me. I'll give you the information. Going to a break. Got news that you can use. Stay where you are. Be right back. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. Appreciate Cathy and Mark coming on today. And y'all remember that the Veterans Day over in Birmingham, that's the National Veterans Day. If you ever want to participate in something to show your patriotism, be over there. They'll give you an American flag. I guarantee somebody will. You have an American flag, you wave that flag, and you get to see a great parade. It's our national parade, not just one of our local community things. That's a big deal. So invite you to go over there. You notice my new phone number on there. That it's not new really. It's just I'm asking you to use my cell phone. That way you can text me, and I've got that with me all the time. So I know a lot of you've got it because I'm hearing it every week. And we got some new show times that I'll be putting on there later, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we're showing 5 times a week as opposed to the couple we had before. But this week I don't have them ready to show you. But if you're interested in finding out the dates, call this number and I'll tell you the show times and the date. And you can also go to WAC TV 24 on demand and pull up Veterans Issues, and you can see the shows that we've got here, several of them on there. including this week's show, and or you can go into the WEAC TV 24 Veterans Issues all in one thing and pull it up, and they'll give you this week's show. So, and for all you folks over in Nigeria and South America and all these places that watch us every week, we say hi to you too. I don't know how do you say it in your native tongue, but hello, and we appreciate you tuning in. Australia, if that's you, Olivia Newton-John, hi girl. Little inside thing going there. And I've got to say hi to William Hutchins. If I don't, he'll be on my case. William Hutchins is Mr. Education for Calhoun County. Hey, William, and I appreciate you tuning in every week. Those of you that see my question on here about if you got an automobile that's serviceable and you'd like to donate it to a family or somebody that needs it, give me a call and we'll hook you up with a receipt so you can deduct it on your taxes. So call that phone number if you've got that. The law enforcement tag that's new. If you've got a blue car, red car, green car, it doesn't matter. That law enforcement tag looks good on any color, and it says something about you. It's you support the law enforcement memorial in Washington D.C., but it also, the biggest portion of it goes to build the law enforcement memorial here in Anniston. So when you go down for a tag renewal, ask them to let you see the law enforcement tag. I'm seeing more and more of them out here today, as time goes by. Let's see what we got here. The Cheahaw Regional Humane Shelter, they need some things like blankets and treats and things out there. 256-241-3647. 256-241-3647. That's a great organization, and Jane Cunningham, Angie, and all of them, they're doing a great job out there, and I personally appreciate it. Now, if you're a veteran and you got car problems, I don't care what it is, Oxford Tire Company on 78, they're not a sponsor, but they do give a 10% to the veterans for a discount. So, and on that, they're good folks, and I've been challenged yet to find something that they can't fix. I don't care if they say they're a tire company, but they fix everything. And when nobody else could fix it, that's where I always went. I went one place, spent $2,500, and Adrian, their mechanic there, turned a 5/8 inch nut and fixed my problem for nothing. And I'd already spent $2,500 trying to fix that problem. Great folks. This week's shout out goes to all the folks that volunteered to work with Cathy and Mark over there for the National Veterans Day program. Appreciate them coming this day, and we expect you to be over there on November 11th to see the parade and be a part of it, the World's Luncheon or the awards banquet or whatever. So, till next week, I'll see you here on Veterans Issues. Ken Rollins saying salute. We're gone.